Good morning, it's April, and today I have a story about my aunt. Um, she was in a very abusive relationship from her teen years to 23. She was married, had a 4 and a 5 year old, and she one day decided to get out, which, if you're in a situation like that, run, go to a shelter, hide. Don't worry about your material things because they don't matter. Your life matters. And she attempted to break it off. She got an apartment and she only lived there a couple weeks when we got the news. Um, I was at a pool. My cousin was the lifeguard, and me and my other cousin were just swimming. And then my granny showed up and she said, "You guys, I need you to come here." And she said, "Something has happened to your Aunt Chris." And she told us that her husband had shot her and that she was alive, but barely. So everyone just started praying, prayer warriors. And when they came out of surgery, they said, "You're not going to believe it, but there's an artery that runs on the left side, a major artery, and they said that one of the bullets should have hit it, but she was born with a birth defect and the artery was on the other side." So everyone knew she was going to make it. Everyone. And she went on for 3 weeks. They were getting ready to send her home. They were telling everyone, that make her a nice bed. Uh, she's going to need care. So people were already making arrangements on, "I'll be here at this time, I'll be here at this time." And everything was getting prepared. And then one morning, I was at my granny's house and I had just poured myself a bowl of cereal and the phone rang. My uncle answered the phone and he only said one word over and over, was "no, no, no." And I was just looking at him because I thought, I knew. I mean, I had never seen him that upset. And when he hung up the phone, he said, "Your Aunt Chris died. She had gotten pneumonia," which is very common after, a traumatic experience like that. And I just remember running in the bathroom and getting sick. I mean, I had a migraine come on and I was sicker than a dog. I was only 10 at the time. She was 13 years older than me. And afterwards, when things had kind of calmed down, I asked my granny, I said, "Why did God perform a miracle and put her artery on the opposite side? And why did she go on for 3 weeks? She was getting ready to come home. Why, Granny? Why?" And, they say the Lord works in mysterious ways. And my granny said, "April, we got time that a lot of people don't get. We got 3 whole weeks to say goodbye." And she was right. And I just want to thank God for that. It didn't have the happiest ending, but because of that birth defect, we got 3 whole weeks with her, and her spirits were up, and oh, it was wonderful. Um, I'm sorry. I'm sure you wish it had a happier ending, and trust me, so do I. But things happen, and again, I just want to thank God for those 3 weeks, because had she not been born with that birth defect, she'd have been gone instantly. So anyway, I I just want to thank him this morning. She's been very heavy on my mind, and I think it's because my ex-husband tried to kill me. Um, he started yelling at me, and my daughter heard him, and all of a sudden it went silent. So it got her attention because she was in bed. And I can't even imagine how she felt when she walked out and saw her daddy have her mommy up against the wall by her neck. And he was choking the life out of me. I probably had a minute or two, but then I just heard this screaming. She came out to see why the yelling stopped so suddenly. And it was like my husband had checked out. His eyes were blank. I couldn't move. I couldn't make a sound. But my tears were screaming. And so was my daughter. She started screaming, "Please don't kill my mama. Please don't kill my mama." Just as loud as can be. And it was like it broke him out of that trance, and he dropped me. And I hit the floor like a rock. And I don't know, maybe there's a little bit of survivor's guilt there. And I think that's why she's been so heavy on my mind, because I walked away with a broken collarbone and she's gone. But, yeah, maybe a little bit of survivor's guilt. But I want to be here to speak for her and to let everyone know what a beautiful woman she was inside and out. Oh, she was amazing. And, but then I questioned, why is she gone? Why'd I walk away with a broken collarbone? But either way, live or die, I know that Jesus was there to catch her when she fell. And I'm overwhelmed with gratefulness. And even in the darkest times, I always told my kids during any storm, if you look hard enough, you'll see a little ray of light somewhere, because God is always shining through that storm. And I just, I gotta thank him. And for those 3 weeks, and for my own life. And anyway, I guess that's about it. But I'm praying for you. Jesus loves you. And all of heaven is backing you up.